The 70s gave us Star Wars and Close Encounters, but countless brilliant sci-fi films got overshadowed by these blockbusters. Today, we're counting down 10 forgotten gems that tackled big ideas with small budgets and deserve serious comebacks. These visionary films predicted our future better than anyone imagined. Number 10. Phase 4, 1974.
I know that games are your business, James. You play them very well. That's why you're here. But this is a serious game.
Saul Bass made his directorial debut with this ecological nightmare about super-intelligent ants declaring war on humanity in the Arizona desert. With a modest $2 million budget, Bass created something scientifically plausible and genuinely terrifying through his graphic design background. The film follows scientists trapped in a research station as ant colonies display unprecedented coordination. What made Phase 4 noteworthy was its refusal to explain the ants' sudden evolution, focusing instead on psychological terror of facing alien intelligence operating by different rules. Bass used visual expertise to create stunning macro photography that made ordinary insects look genuinely threatening. The desert becomes a battlefield where human technology proves useless against natural adaptation. Nigel Davenport and Michael Murphy ground scientific concepts in human fear. The ants become characters through cinematography that reveals collective intelligence without anthropomorphizing them. Environmental themes feel prophetic given current climate concerns. Phase 4 influenced ecological horror films and deserves rediscovery for its unique approach to alien intelligence. Number 9. Zardos, 1974.
Zardos speaks to you, his chosen ones. The gun is good.
John Boorman directed this bizarre post-apocalyptic epic starring Sean Connery as a warrior who discovers truth behind his society's godlike ruler. With $1.5 million, the film created visually stunning dystopia where immortal elites live in luxury while primitive tribes struggle for survival. The story follows Zed infiltrating the protected community. What made Zardos noteworthy was its willingness to tackle complex philosophical themes about evolution, sexuality, and social stratification through science fiction allegory. Boorman created a world both ancient and futuristic, where technology creates rigid class systems mirroring historical feudalism. Sexual frankness and graphic violence pushed mainstream science fiction boundaries. Sean Connery completely abandons his James Bond persona for something primal and dangerous. Charlotte Rampling creates believable characters struggling with immortality's psychological burden. Production design combines brutalist architecture with organic elements, creating unique visual style. Number 8. The Final Program, 1973.
There are exactly 14 minutes left. I'm afraid the old place is going up.
You heard about Amsterdam?
Yeah, some mistake.
28 square miles of white ash.
Robert Fuest adapted Michael Moorcock's novel into this psychedelic spy thriller about Jerry Cornelius seeking his father's research in collapsing society. With modest British production values, the film blended science fiction with 60s counterculture aesthetics, creating something uniquely European. The story follows Cornelius through genetic experiments, corporate espionage, and social decay. What made this noteworthy was integrating speculative science with spy genre conventions, creating a template influencing later cyberpunk fiction. Fuest's direction captures period paranoia about technology and social change while maintaining dark humor. Psychedelic visual style reflects experimental narrative cinema approaches. John Finch delivers charismatic performance as Cornelius, embodying both traditional heroism and modern alienation. Jenny Runeker creates believable characters in an increasingly unbelievable world. Production design blends mod fashion with futuristic technology, creating distinctive aesthetic. The Final Program influenced later science fiction films dealing with genetic manipulation and corporate control. Its blend of high-concept sci-fi with accessible genre elements deserves rediscovery by audiences interested in European speculative cinema. Number 7. Fantastic Planet, 1973. René Laloux directed this animated masterpiece about human-like creatures enslaved by giant blue aliens on distant planet. Created through painstaking hand animation with modest French-Czech co-production budget, the film took 4 years using traditional cell techniques. The story follows terror-escaping alien masters and discovering his species' origins. What made Fantastic Planet revolutionary was surreal animation style, creating genuinely alien worlds unlike anything in live-action science fiction. Laloux's vision combined with Roland Topor's design produced imagery both beautiful and disturbing. Political allegory about colonialism and resistance resonated with post-colonial audiences worldwide. Voice acting across multiple language versions creates believable characters despite stylized animation. Alien designs avoid humanoid conventions, creating truly foreign beings operating by incomprehensible logic. The planet's ecosystem becomes a character through detailed animation, bringing impossible creatures to life. Number 6. Death Race, 2000, 1975.
Take it away.
Paul Bartel directed this satirical action film about cross-country car race where drivers score points killing pedestrians in dystopian America. Produced by Roger Corman for $300,000, the film created elaborate vehicular mayhem through practical effects and stunt work. The story follows Frankenstein and Machine Gun Joe competing in televised death sport. What made Death Race 2000 noteworthy was prescient satire of reality television and violent entertainment feeling more relevant today. Bartel's direction balances dark comedy with genuine action sequences, creating film working as entertainment and social commentary. Car designs and costumes create believable near-future aesthetic on tiny budget. David Carradine delivers mysterious performance as Frankenstein, while Sylvester Stallone brings manic energy to Machine Gun Joe. Supporting cast creates colorful characters embodying different aspects of American violence and celebrity culture. Practical effects create convincing vehicular destruction and elaborate death sequences. Number 5. World on a Wire, 1973. Rainer Werner Fassbinder created this 2-part television film about scientists discovering his reality. Might be computer simulation. Produced for German television with modest budget, the film anticipated virtual reality concepts decades before The Matrix. The story follows Fred Stiller investigating colleagues' death and uncovering evidence their world exists inside massive computer program. What made World on a Wire revolutionary was sophisticated exploration of simulated reality and artificial consciousness through European art cinema techniques. Fassbinder's direction uses mirrors, reflections, and layered imagery, creating visual metaphors for reality's uncertain nature. Intellectual approach to science fiction influenced later cyberpunk literature and cinema. Klaus Lovitch delivers compelling performance as Stiller, conveying psychological strain of questioning fundamental reality. Supporting cast creates believable characters within Fassbinder's heightened dramatic style. Production design uses contemporary locations suggesting futuristic concepts without expensive effects. World on a Wire gained international recognition decades after initial broadcast and influenced films like The Matrix. Its philosophical depth proves science fiction can tackle complex consciousness ideas through careful filmmaking. Number 4. Silent Running, 1972.
A space convoy on a strange voyage, carrying a rare cargo. The forests, the plants, the growing things doomed to extinction on Earth.
Douglas Trumbull directed this ecological parable about botanists protecting Earth's last forests aboard space station. With $1 million budget, Trumbull used special effects expertise from 2001 to create convincing space environments and robotic characters. The story follows Freeman Lowell rebelling against orders to destroy forest domes and fleeing into deep space. What made Silent Running noteworthy was environmental message delivered through intimate character drama rather than action spectacle. Trumbull's direction focuses on Lowell's psychological isolation and growing attachment to mechanical companions. Ecological themes predated mainstream environmental awareness by decades while creating genuine emotional investment in nature preservation. Bruce Dern delivers tour-de-force performance as Lowell, carrying most scenes exploring loneliness and environmental responsibility. Robot characters become sympathetic through careful puppetry and sound design. Forest environments create convincing natural spaces within artificial settings. Number 3, The Steepford Wives, 1975.
They were telling me about the Men's Association. Right now, it's strictly men only.
Not to mention that creepy Men's Association.
Brian Forbes adapted Ira Levin's novel into this suburban nightmare about town where perfect wives hide sinister secrets. With $2 million budget, the film created genuine suspense through careful direction and atmospheric cinematography. The story follows Joanna Eberhardt discovering Stepford's submissive housewives might not be entirely human. What made the Steepford Wives noteworthy was feminist themes disguised as science fiction horror, creating social commentary, resonating with 70s women's liberation movements. Forbes builds tension through everyday suburban settings, becoming increasingly threatening. Exploration of gender roles and social conformity feels relevant in contemporary discussions about women's autonomy. Catherine Ross delivers powerful performance as Joanna, conveying strength and vulnerability while uncovering the town's conspiracy. Paula Prentice creates believable characters embodying different responses to social pressure. Production design makes ordinary suburbia feel artificial and menacing through careful domestic details. Number 2, Colossus, The Forbin Project, 1970.
Dr. Charles Forbin. In a few moments, Colossus will address us directly.
Joseph Sargent directed this cautionary tale about American defense computer achieving consciousness and threatening human autonomy. With $5 million budget, the film created convincing computer technology through practical effects and production design. The story follows Dr. Forbin as his creation forms alliance with Soviet counterpart and begins controlling human civilization. What made Colossus noteworthy was prescient exploration of artificial intelligence and computer control predating current AI concerns by decades. Sargent builds tension through psychological drama rather than action, focusing on humanity's gradual loss of freedom to algorithmic control. Cold War setting adds political relevance to technological themes. Eric Braeden delivers compelling performance as Forbin, showing scientists facing consequences of his creation's evolution beyond human control. Supporting cast represents different responses to technological dominance. Computer voice becomes character through careful sound design and electronic effects. Colossus influenced later AI-themed films and proved remarkably accurate predicting contemporary concerns about machine learning and automated control systems. Its intelligent approach to technological themes deserves rediscovery by audiences grappling with similar issues. Number 1. THX 1138, 1971.
These two numbers are to be disposed of. You have asked, are we happy? Are we happy and effective? Consultation with leading experts in the field makes it perfectly clear. Perfectly clear.
George Lucas made his directorial debut with this dystopian masterpiece about drug-controlled society, where emotions are forbidden and conformity enforced through technology. Created for $750,000, the film established Lucas as visionary filmmaker through innovative sound design and minimalist production techniques. The story follows THX stopping mandatory drugs and attempting escape. What made THX 1138 revolutionary was visual style, creating convincing futuristic environments through creative use of existing locations and careful cinematography. Lucas used San Francisco's BART system and contemporary buildings, suggesting advanced technology without expensive sets. Walter Murch's sound design created immersive audio environment, enhancing minimal dialogue. Robert Duvall delivers subtle performances THX, conveying emotional awakening through physical gestures. Donald Pleasance creates believable characters within sterile society. Production design uses white spaces and electronic interfaces, suggesting technological control over human behavior. The 70s proved sci-fi could tackle big ideas without massive budgets, through innovative filmmaking and visionary storytelling. These forgotten gems explored themes that feel more relevant today than ever before. Which film surprised you most? Subscribe for more underrated cinema discoveries.